Good morning everybody and welcome to Essex. I'm just making my way around. Welcome to Essex and welcome to the Osea Beach Hut resort. Yeah, really nice. It's about it's about a 2.5 hour drive from Portsmouth. This time of morning, really nice. There wasn't a lot of traffic up until the Dartford Tunnel, but yeah, really nice. What I'll do later is I'll give you the 3 words for if you wanted to come here and do some photography yourself. But what I will say is, when you come here, if you come here, ask permission to do so beforehand. I.e. drive up to the parking area, which is outside the resort, walk into the centre and ask for permission, and it'll go a lot nicer for you. Yeah, anyway, so yeah, it's been a couple of months since I've done a vlog, and I'd like to tell you why, and I'd like to tell you why I'm now on a new YouTube channel if you don't already know. So recently, about 4 months ago, I asked a fella on the platform called Fiverr if he could help me do some work on my YouTube channel, i.e. I wanted to make it so it was more findable, if that's the right word, on the platform, because there wasn't something right, there wasn't something I'd quite done right, and he corrected that. And my sort of platform, you know, my viewers, you guys, was creeping up. I got up to 498 viewers, not exactly massive, but I was quite happy with that. And then I went into it myself and had a look, and I think he or somebody else, I think it was him, decided to put his own email address in my YouTube channel. So I'd been hacked, and because I have other people on the platform, i.e. you guys, I thought that the security of the platform had been compromised, i.e. my YouTube channel, and I didn't think it was fair that I continued to take a chance with other people watching these vlogs on what is potentially a hacked platform. So yeah, I closed it basically, and I've opened this one, and I've opened this one because it's obviously more secure. It means I've only got 7 subscribers now, but you know, that's life. I made a mistake. I asked somebody else for some help, and they screwed me over basically. Anyway, so my advice to you guys is stay away from Fiverr, but only you can make that decision. So I mean, I have to say that they've done me a couple on my other website. I've got another one which I use for a regimental website. I've had them draw me some cap badges that are regimental related, and they have been outstanding. So for that side of life, I'll probably still use them, but for YouTube, no chance. I won't use them again. Anyway, so we are here at Osea Beach Houses, I think that's correct, in the resort. I'm meeting my old friend Stan Stain. If you don't already know him, he's a YouTuber. He's got, I don't know how many viewers, but he's got quite a lot, and he is brilliant. So if you haven't seen Steve, then I would strongly suggest you pop over, say hello, and subscribe to his channel. And while I mention subscription, guys, I would really appreciate it if you would once again subscribe to this channel, and leave your thoughts. Let's see if we can get back up to the 500 where I was. It would be nice if it was nice and quick. If it isn't, it doesn't matter. So this morning I've taken a couple of photographs already. I did want to vlog it, but unfortunately, or fortunately for me, unfortunately for vlogging side of life, there was a moon above a building which is directly opposite me, and it was quite big and in line with the huts that you can see here. So the huts run away from me. There are 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 huts, and the moon was directly opposite the line of huts. So I took a couple of photographs. I'll share those ones with you now. Hopefully the moon's all right in it. Yeah, I used the Z7 II. Initially I used the 14 to 24 mil, and then I changed the lens to the 24 to 200 ISO 64 f11, and I think there were 250 of a second, but I'm not sure on that. I'll pop that down on the screen. Hopefully you like those. We are waiting for high tide, which I believe is 10 a.m. And that will bring the water up to here, and then we can you know, get some long exposure photographs where the water looks really flat, and we can take some bits out like the grass and what have you, and yeah, get a really good artsy type photograph. One of the things I've always wanted to do is take a photograph of these huts and make them look like they're miles away from the beachfront. So what I might do is take the huts out, flatten the water, put the huts back, and then make them look like they're tiny so that they're miles away. But yeah, that might not happen because my Photoshop skills are probably not that good, but we'll have a go. Okay, so I'm waiting for Steve. I'm going to close this for now. I'm going to go and meet Steve down the bottom, and then we'll come back when the tide's in, and I'll talk to you then. Thanks very much, guys. Remember, like, subscribe, please subscribe, and comment on any of the photographs. Thank you very much. I'll talk to you in a bit. Hi guys, so Steve arrived, I don't know, about an hour and a half ago, and yeah, we've taken some photographs, had a bit of breakfast, and we've come out now as the tide is coming in. It's I don't know, probably another hour away before the tide's fully in, but yeah, it's certainly getting there. It's not as fast as, you know, you would like it to be, but yeah, it's coming in, and the further away I get from here, the more water is in. So I'm going to walk down to the white one that's at the bottom where Steve is at the minute and try and get a photograph from over there, and then hopefully when I finish there and I come back towards this way, there'll be more of a tide in. So yeah, okay, I'll touch you in a bit. Okay guys, so I'm taking the long exposure shot. I was going to go down to the bottom, but I'd be in the way of Steve, so there's plenty of water in here where I am. I'm using the 24 to 70 mil lens. I'm at ISO 64 f14, and that's a 13-second exposure as far as I can remember. F14, ISO 64, 13-second exposure, yeah. So yeah, I mean, if I look at the camera, it looks pretty good. I might do one so it's longer exposure, just to brighten up the back of the hut itself, because it's pretty black. Although I can use Lightroom to brighten it up, probably won't be as good. So yeah, I'll take a second one and probably join them together, but it looks pretty good. Okay, touch in a bit. So I've got this hut, the first hut from where we are. I wanted to photograph it because the light is directly behind it, which brings in its own problems. But I've done it ISO 60, sorry, no I haven't. I've done it at ISO 50, I think, f14, and that's a 13-second exposure. It's probably a little bit bright, but I want to smooth out the water, so I don't know if it is actually going to work. I look at it in the back of the camera here, and it looks really good. The hut looks more like a silhouette, which is sort of the effect I want, really, and it'll probably be a black and white photograph, because of the amount of light that's coming into the lens. So yeah, I'll share that. The tide is coming in now. It's pretty much up to the feet of your camera, or you, so it's coming in nice and quick. Where I was standing before when I was saying hello is now submerged in water. So yeah, so I need to get over to that side and see if I can do the photograph I want across, and then I'm going to get on the top and we're going to wait for the water to get all the way in. So yeah, let me move. I'll talk to you in a minute. We've had to leg it. Yeah, the water came in really quick. I nearly left the vlogging camera behind, and Steve shouted, "Don't forget your vlogging camera," as it was submerged in water. Not the camera itself, but the tripod. So anyway, we recovered that, and we've come up to the walkway. ISO, I can't remember now, ISO 64, f14, 15-second exposure. I'm up at the top. and I'm photographing across. And yeah, it looks really, really good, really good. This is the photograph I want to make it look like they're miles away. Also, the huts are miles away. I don't know if I have the skill set to do that, but we will give it a try, eh? So I'm going to try and take another one with a longer exposure. I'm going to stick another ND filter in, and we'll go from there. Okay, so I'm not this fat, honestly. I've got my gloves shoved in so I don't lose them. Okay, I've not eaten that many pies at Christmas. Okay, I'll touch you in a minute. So like I said, I've stuck a second ND filter in there. I think I've got the 10 and the 3 in there. That's with the settings at f11. That's a 30-second exposure, and what I've done is I've played with the ISO, and I've got the ISO to, I think it was, let me just check. Yeah, ISO 125, so not a lot, and that's allowed that 30-second exposure. So yeah, just remember, if you have a problem and you want to get that shot, just play with your ISO. It's just another tool that's there, so just work backwards, so to speak. But yeah, we've got really good shot. I might try and get a minute out of it as well, actually. So yeah, right, touch a minute. Okay, so what I wanted to do was come down from behind the huts and photograph them so that I'm looking down the length of them. Yeah, I've set the camera up, so we're going to do it on timer f13 ISO 64. I'm going to leave it for a minute. Lock it all up so she can't move nowhere. Just had a bit of a tragedy with the tripod. It's fallen over and it's sort of knocked this spindle here. Oh, and that's come off, that's broken off, that's great. So yeah, I'm gonna just have to use it like this now. But yeah, ISO 64 f13 on timer, so I'm going to do it for a minute. I've got the 2-second timer on. Let's check. Yes, we have. And just leave it for a minute and see if I can find that spindle again. Okay, I'll talk to you in a minute. Yeah, so that's not good. It was only a light fall as well. I mean, all right, it's fallen, but it pretty much landed in the grass, but it still managed to break. So it's not that tough, eh? Anyway, so yeah, I did the 1 minute exposure. Looks a bit too dark, so I've gone for 2 minutes. That will actually be fantastic, 2 minutes. And I'm going to do it black and white and colour as well. So the colour aspect of it, it'd be good if you could see all of the colours, the full length of the sheds, but I've done it pretty much so it's straight down the line. You will be able to see some of it, but not a great deal. So yeah, we'll see what it looks like. If they look good, I'll do black and white and colour. If not, I'll choose one or the other. But hope you like the photograph. I'll share it with you now. What I will say is I'm using the 70 to 200mm lens. I don't know what I'm at. I think it's something like 100mm, but yeah, it doesn't matter. Right, touch you in a bit. I took 3 photographs. I've done 1 minute, 2 minute and a 3 minute exposure. The 1 and the 2 second look on the back of the camera like they're too dark. The 3 minute looks like it's just right. So hopefully we've got a really good photograph. It's looking down the line, and actually because it's a 3 second exposure you can see a lot of the colours. So yeah, I might stick with it in colour. But yeah, I'll have a look at it on the back of the computer, see what I can do with it. I'll share that one with you now. I'm going to move. I want to move further down and get a photograph of the white hut on its own. Yeah, in regard to the tripod, yeah, I broke it and I can't find the bit that's broken off. So yeah, what a shame. Okay, touch in a bit. I've walked to the end of the huts, and I'm now photographing the white hut at the end. I'm doing the same exposure and everything as last time, 3 minute exposure, although I think that's probably going to be 2 minutes because the fact that it is a white hut. But we'll have a look, we'll see what it looks like. Yeah, nice. They're very, very nice, these things. Apparently the locals have never seen anybody stay in them. There you go. You might get a good rate. Okay, touch a bit. What do I know? 3 minutes, perfect. Really good photograph. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. So what I want to do now is move to the other side, and I'm going to shoot from the right across all of the huts. Yeah, and the sun is sort of going more central now, so yeah, there should be some good reflection of light on all of the huts now, but we'll have a look. Okay, let's move. So I've walked to the other end. I'm now facing the white hut, which is at the very end. The sun is coming in from my right hand side, and there's a lovely trail of light, but unfortunately it's too far away from the huts to catch in the photograph. Steve is sort of in my shot, but that's fine. He'll be photoshopped out. The tide looks like it's actually now going out again as well, so you know, we've had an hour of high tide. It's now going back out again as quickly as, or if not quicker than what it came in. So hopefully I've got just enough time to capture this shot. I'm doing it again, ISO 64 f11, and I'm doing a 3 minute exposure. I'm currently on 2 minutes 5 seconds, so not long left. Once I've done that, I'll have a look, see what it's like. If I have to change it, I will, but I'll share that photograph with you now. Okay, helicopter. Speak to you in a bit. Yeah, so I've done that one, and I'm doing another one. I've zoomed in a little bit more. I'm now at 130 mil. Same settings. I just zoomed in a little bit. There's, at the end of it, when you look at the photograph, there's this tree that's sort of encroaching into it at the back, and I don't really want the tree there. But again, what I might do is pick it up, move it out. Hopefully they look all right. Back of the camera, they look fine, but what they look like on the computer is a different matter. So yeah, I love this lens, the 70-200. I love it. Beautiful. I've brought the extension as well with it, so it goes to 400 mil. Do you know what? I've used that once since I purchased it, which is really sad. But yeah, okay. Touch a bit. Yeah, I'm doing the nothing shot now. I'm doing the shot with just the water, where I can hopefully crop and move these so it looks like there's more water around them and they're further out. But again, like I said before, I don't know if I have the skill set to do that. I'm pretty good on Photoshop. I'm not a Gary Goff, however, and he is simply excellent. Maybe I could send them to Gary and he'll do them for me. Anyway, so I think we're just about done here. It's 1 PM. The tide is going out. I've got photographs from all angles. I've got photographs of single huts. Yeah, I don't really know what else there is to photograph. I mean, I think we're done. Maybe not, but if we are, I'll see you next time. Please remember, guys, I am starting over. If you like what you've seen, please like, subscribe, and yeah, leave comments. I'm sorry if I sound a little bit down. Yeah, I'm a bit demoralised about what's happened with the account. It's given me a pretty good kick, really. That was a lot of hard work. I am starting to upload the other videos again. If you saw one before and you'd like to see that again, please leave a comment below and I'll upload that one for you. Other than that, you know, we'll just start all over, I guess. Yeah. Why do people do it, eh? Why do people have to interfere in other people's lives? Give him one of these. Anyway, okay, so I hope you've enjoyed this, guys. Any other photographs I've taken that I've not talked about, I'll share them all now at the end, and I'll see you all next time. Thank you very much for watching. See you later. Bye-bye. Thank you.